Hey, 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 Basement Tapes 49. We are still in the 50s. We are still in 1953. And when I pop these things up and get ready to do a show, I don't do a lot of research on them. I just bring up the links, put them in a couple tabs on my browser, and click through them in real time, read about them in real time, and may throw some misinformation in there that I've been keeping around in my bald head for many years, decades, better part of 2 centuries. 1953 Bowman TV and radio stars of NBC. I have one of these cards. These are, of course, Bowman. I have card number 94, 94, 94. Wesley Morgan. Let's read a little bit about these. No descriptions available, according to Topps OPG of the 1953 Bowman TV radio stars of NBC. 96 cards, 519 average value. That's $5.19. $498 total value. A set will be between $200 and $400 according to them. Let's look at what they perceive to be the most valuable, which is kind of strange. It's Jack Lescoli, I guess, Carl Reiner, and Groucho Marx, along with a slew of other folks, I guess, here. Dan Gibson, Bob Hope, Dinah Shore. So kind of a tie there, a six-way tie for first place between those folks. But some names in there. There's definitely some names in there if you dig deep enough. The R701-14 ACC designation for post-1948 bubblegum cards, 2.5 inches by 3 3/4, 36 cards total going on here. So let's get right to the gallery. And we will find out that we have Gertrude Berg as our card number 1, Bob Elliott, Ray Golding. Bob Elliott, of course, the father, Chris Elliott, from many shows, including the movie There's Something About Mary. Joan Davis, Eddie Cantor's on there, Judy Canova, Bob Considine, Robert Cummings, Dennis Day, Jimmy Durante's on there. We can read the back of his card here. It says alternate star of All-Star Review, NBC TV, born New York City, February 10th, 1893. One of the world's most beloved entertainers. Started at 17 playing piano in a Coney Island club. After several years, joined singing waiter Eddie Jackson and hoofer Lou Clayton in operation of Club Durant. That's without an E. Became most popular nightclub act in business, starred in many musicals and a few movies. His NBC radio show received top ratings for years, and he was an instant success on television. He has an apartment in New York and a home in Beverly Hills, a widower with no children. That's card number 9 in your television and radio stars of NBC. BGHLI printed in USA. Ralph Edwards is in there as well. Dave Garroway, Dolores Gray, Phil Harris, and Alice Faye. Bob Hope is in there. Georgie Jessel, Jim Jordan, and Marion Jordan. Pinky Lee, Paul Winchell, Groucho Marx without. Wow, look at that receding hairline there. Joel McCrae, he is a sheriff. It says here he's a grandson of a Western pioneer and an Indian fighter. What a rebel your father was, or grandfather. Randy Merriman, Bess Meyerson, Jan Murray, Walter O'Keefe, Jane Pickens, Marguerite Piazza, Martha Ray. Look at those chompers. Dinah Shore, Kate Smith. Let's read from Kate Smith. Well, let's not, because that back of that card's all blurred up. Olan Soleil and Barbara Luddy. And finally, Bill Stern, Martha Stewart, John Cameron Swayze, Lee Tracy, Willard Waterman, and Meredith Wilson is your final card. So that's the 1952 Bowman Television Radio Stars of NBC R701-14 from Bowman, right? And Bowman was still pumping out cards. This says 1952. I don't know why I ended up back in 1952, but here I am. I probably have them misdiagnosed because, I lied to you. 1953, according to Beckett OPG, 1952, according to Trading Card Database. So a little discrepancy there in the bubblegum card wars. And that's that. So enjoy that. And thanks for listening, watching, lounging, and perhaps doing your Pilates to my wonderful little show. Thanks. Bye.